It's Madden NFL 23, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Philadelphia Eagles. Coming up next.
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Philadelphia Eagles. And they welcome in everybody with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
Started, and off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now, for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his third season, Jalen Hurts.
Tremendous production in college at two different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Another run with Sanders. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away without being picked off?
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Hurts. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by a three-time Pro Bowler, owner of over 35,000 passing yards in 11 seasons, the veteran Andy Dalton.
I love his football IQ. I love his ability to have people rally around him. And as he likes to remind me all the time when I get ready to call one of his games, I can run it a little bit too. A nice presence to have on your team.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And Dalton to throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 10 yards, good for his Saints first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Dalton. They'll get this out to Kamara. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space. It turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
From the 45 on second down, Dalton flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially afraid of play. He tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he's getting away on that one.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Here's Dalton. There's Chris Olave. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 14 yards is a pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Beating him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Eluding the pressure right. That one complete down the field to Smith. A big play there for Philly. 41 yards. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he can even get going moving the football.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage in your tight end on that one.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. Dances by at the 20. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 45 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball.
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
From the 16, Hurts. And a quick throw here that's complete. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They'll run with Sanders. And he'll take this from a 9 down to about the 7.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Hurts, he's going to keep this on the option. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Eagles go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Partner, wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they're just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. But guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about. Assignment football for defenders. That drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a opposed to just reacting and making the play.
The touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery. And he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the 25 on second down, Dalton. He gets this one to Johnson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard into the 39.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over pursuing, and making a very nice play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run it again with Kamara. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Pulling a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on it. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Dalton now to pass. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I think the punter is starting to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense. I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with the 2nd down call after that type of a game.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in a formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for 3rd. From the gun, it's Hurts. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds right about the 10-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the 1st down, although they would have taken it, they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they get the safe completion on 3rd. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Fielded at the 43. Now a hit and a loose football. Look at this, middle of the field, breakaway. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Elliott on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Passing, it's Dalton. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's a mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Being chased out left, and he wisely will throw that one away.
The partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw here, Dalton. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Fletcher Cox. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. This offense returns to the field, and former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we can look at him.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts, and he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10 is Sanders. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play, because he saw there wasn't a way to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
They'll fake the give to Sanders. Now Hurts.
They'll roll him out right. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a 1st down.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line.
62 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
It'll be Hurts on the option.
And he's in. Touchdown, the Eagles. Jalen Hurts with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Eagles take a 3-touchdown lead.
Well, Charles, he's already proven that he's not afraid to tuck that football down on the option, and he's into the end zone for the 2nd time in the game.
And that's exactly what you need from your quarterback, the ability to run the ball fearlessly. And in fact, many quarterbacks will tell you running football doesn't scare them. Standing in the pocket and taking blindside hits, that's what terrifies them.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
1st and 10 for Dalton. And his throw here is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left. He tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
The Saints on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. So Dalton now. And that is incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Here's Blake Gillikin now. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. On 1st down, Hurts. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. Left side here to Sanders. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Well, hold everything here because this is about the last guy that they would want to see shaken up. Quarterback Jalen Hurts in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here's Brett Kern now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Returnable here from the 38. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustment. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. You're going about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Dalton. On the check down, he finds Kamara.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 27-yard line. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winging in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Kamara. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And Dalton to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They were so close. That close to the first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Facing this big first half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Throwing, Dalton. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Eagles' defense able to hold. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Minshew. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
That swung out wide to Sanders. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, Minshew looking to throw. And once again, this is Sanders. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Second down at 6 now from the 42. Minshew sets to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be brought down inside the 4-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. It'll be Minshew again. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw it. Minshew. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. First things first, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Saints. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Dalton, 1st and 10.
Slant pass complete to Olave. And they get him down, but not before it takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Dalton.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Dalton. And this is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that was incomplete.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. This will be Dalton again. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he has another first down as they get the ball down to the Eagles' 43. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To throw here, Dalton.
Again, it's Johnson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain.
5 yards remain on 2nd down.
Passing, it's Dalton. Johnson's got it complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kaiser White. The 40. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick-6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because his offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here. And that one, it backfired in a big way.
Elliott on for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Javon Hargrave, the D-tackle, getting the sack.
Defenders are always happy anytime they can sack a quarterback for loss of 10 or more yards. There's an example there. High fives all around.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Dalton. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Sanders. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Hurts. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Here's Brett Kerr now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch signal for and taken successfully. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
46 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. So Dalton now. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
They work again for the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Dalton. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defense side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4 down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to a 1st down.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And looking up into the sun, he's able to make the fair catch inside the 20-yard line. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Hurts fumbles it.
And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Will Lutz on for the point after. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 19-yard line.
They'll start with a handoff to Sanders.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Hurts.
And this is caught by Watkins. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I believe I can see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught 11 on the field. Those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
7-5 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back 3rd and manageable with that run.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Hurts.
Got a man, it's Brown. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And then we'll take over 1st and 10.
The first down throw coming for Dalton.
The pass caught by Olave.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception, but not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
To throw again on 2nd down. Dalton.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step or step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing, Dalton. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here. Use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
Andy Dalton. And this one taken in by Olave. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. On 2nd and 9, Dalton. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now this air mail to the sideline is incomplete. There don't appear to be any flags forthcoming. Maybe a little fortunate there. It's 3rd down. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. And Dalton to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Big 4th down here. It's Dalton. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Well, at this stage of the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll get it inside the 35.
Brad, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back at training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world up to the challenge.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Still about 3 yards shy of the first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The offense on 3rd down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, mistake there by the offense, Charles. They tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner, not only the pick, but the pick six.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tabbed as one of the best in the league prior season.
A lot to look to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again.
And the pick six we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a two-possession game as they control their destiny in this fourth quarter. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 21.
They start on the ground here. It's Sanders. And a short pickup to about the 25. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Second down, back to Sanders.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit him with a big play.
He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And now the Saints get set to try out there.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Dalton now to pass. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Fourth quarter, every drive is so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You've got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right, they did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Dalton, 1st and 10.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From midfield here, Dalton.
Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 40. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Good yardage out of completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
First and 10 for Dalton. Over the middle, it's complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And this one complete to Smith.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Dalton goes right back to Smith again. And the Saints are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And again, Andy Dalton to throw.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an out boy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Here's Dalton. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Juwan Johnson
From 4 yards out.
And the Saints have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. That time, a 9-play drive, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
And out now come the Eagles. Things sure were looking good for them at the half. Heck, off the air, you and I were just saying they might run away with this thing and cruise to a victory. Not anymore.
Yeah, the cruise control has to be off at this point. Now you've got to mash the gas yourself. Again, who's going to step up and make a big play for you? Who's going to take care of business now that you're being pressed? It is definitely go time for them at this moment.
All of a sudden clinging to a slim lead and hoping to hold on to that lead. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but also fortunate. No turnover either.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes his upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum the other side is starting to gain.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with this 4th down call.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And no return on this one. It's the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. Josh Sweat coming in strong and dropping him behind the line of scrimmage.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. To throw here, Dalton. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Here's Kamara off the draw, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. That changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Dalton. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Passing. It's Dalton. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Dalton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
We're good.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They're going to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
The Saints in the hurry up here, clock continuing to roll.
Here's Dalton.
That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown Saints. From 17 yards out.
And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Well, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Hurts. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
It's back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw. Finding Watkins.
They find some open field here.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
Hurts. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Throwing is Hurts. Pass complete. Goddard.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
He's going deep for Brown. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Now a carry for Sanders. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready in the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Elliott now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and they jump back ahead, 35-28. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it's capped off by the late touchdown. It's a 7-point lead here in the final minute of the game. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Dalton and the offense now. Down by 7, 35 seconds to go. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Now Dalton. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Dalton. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. So now Dalton. They'll get this out to Kamara. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. All right, here's Dalton. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ballgame. Hey, Charles, in this one, the 4th quarter became a lot more interesting, I know, than I anticipated. Probably you anticipated. A comeback bid falling just a little bit short.
You're never supposed to count a team out. And I know we didn't on air, but mentally, I just didn't see this type of a comeback, especially one that put them in a position to put the real pressure on them down the stretch.